So, Brian, I'm big on training, right? And I'm interested to see. So, how do you transition right now? How much do you do specific training? How much you train in a week? And I know you pull once a week, right?
Yeah, with the guys that come once a
Yeah.
week, we get together. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you see like now it's a closed group? Do you think it's going to get bigger and bigger, the practices?
What I kind of envision is I think there'll be potentially more that we'll bring in, more guys that we'll bring in, and I think that will be somewhat strategic, but also just to get different
Different
looks,
arms.
different
Yeah.
feels, grab different hands. Like
We have this saying. So every single person, every arm is a different exercise machine.
that's
Like
true.
that's
I
how
like
you
that.
should approach it,
I
right?
like it.
And
Yeah.
more you have it, you have more exercise machines. And if everyone pulls the same style,
Yep.
you have same machine, different variations, right?
For
But you
sure.
want different machines. You know
I
what I
like
mean?
that. I like what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I think that's going to be a big part of it is trying to learn through practice, right? Like and that's been it's one thing to train with a different handle, different attachment, like this type of
Yeah.
thing. Very, very, very different to get on the table,
Yeah.
with somebody and then have them, especially from a ready go, right? Like it's different. All of it is different. Then you have levels within that of how hard is somebody going and how hard are you going and
Yeah.
are you in a comfortable spot? Are you not in a comfortable spot? So there's a lot to it for sure. But I think that from a training perspective, the more of that I can get, the more situational, things that can happen. I think that's only going to kind of expand my knowledge and again then your comfort level goes up too, right? So the more that I understand that, I think it'll only be a good thing.
So now, how many days a week you train, like overall?
So right now, I would say that it's probably 4 normally, somewhere around that range,
Do
and
you
then
count pulling as one of those 4?
it has. Well, actually, no. At this point, it's kind of been a modified pulling day, and then four days working in the gym. But I've had to at certain points back off on the gym training because of the table.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I've been more beat up from that. So that's been the challenge for me, to be honest with you. It's like coming off
you
the
know the
table.
joke, the
What's that?
tendons, it hurts just for first 10 years.
For the 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you just get used to the pain.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can fast track that a little bit. But
Nah, I think you'll be good. You'll
yeah,
be good. Yeah.
but I mean, some of that has been like, I felt like with this, especially this initial phase of training, I felt like the table was the most important. So I really put that as the priority. And I said, you know what, if the gym lifting is going to suffer a little bit, that's okay. I have to be okay with that because the table is where I need to put the main focus.
Get the
And so
reps.
that's where I've been. And that's been, being completely honest, it's been a little bit of a challenge mentally because I want to go train in the gym, but it's like, all right, if I'm so beat up, I have to listen to what's there and only take what my body will give me, but trying to be fresh again
Yeah,
for
for
the
next-
table.
yeah.
So that's been the challenge. But I've over these first few months here, like I've adapted, I feel like pretty well. So I've been able to recover quicker from the table training, which has been a good thing. So it's, initially was certain days were pretty bad. But coming back
That
from that.
first pain when you train and then you pull also, right?
Yeah.
I still remember, like it's so forever, like it was, I don't know, 18 years ago maybe.
Sure.
Right? It's still stuck in my head. I remember like 2 days later, I was bringing groceries and I couldn't hold it on my
Oh,
fingers.
it's horrible, yeah.
And I had like this, and then I had it like this, and I couldn't hold it anywhere.
Yeah, just
the
so
worst.
horrible. Yeah.
And the pain is, it's such a weird pain, right?
It is,
It's
it
not
is.
like muscle pain. It kind of like just, it's all the time there. It kind of itches, but not itchy.
Yeah. Oh, I no, man. It's just different spots, and so like working through that has been
And
a
after
challenge.
every practice, different place.
Yes,
Yeah.
different for
Yeah.
sure.
Pain
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
What's going on?
Yep.
Why is it moving?
It's just I try to tell myself I'm getting stronger, right?
Yes,
like
you are,
it's like
you
the
are.
pain is
Yeah.
getting weakness out of me, like this type of thing. So if you can take, I try to twist it honestly in my head. I try to twist it into something that's positive.
It just,
Yeah.
tendons take so much more time to recover and to heal. So you expect like results in 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
if you take 2 weeks off, oh my God. like you feel so fresh.
Sure.
Right? Your muscles will be like, you need to work out, but if you don't do pulling anything, you will feel fresh. Right?
Sure.
That should be
Makes sense. Yeah.
I want to ask you about like what are your plans for future? Is it just super matches, or you want to get experience on pulling tournaments? Our mutual friend Derek Smith, he told me like how great experience was Sean Classics,
Sure.
and he said like we did arm wrestling there. It was you plan pulling there yourself, or how what's in your mind? Is it what Devin's doing with Auden, just super matches, or you want to get tournaments also?
It's, in all honesty, I don't know. I don't know if I can answer that 100%, right? I think that the experience needs to be there, and then the best way to get that, as we kind of just talked about, is different, setting up with different people and gripping up with, in different situations. And so there's a lot of that where I could see a tournament being a big benefit in that way, because you get that experience, a lot of ready goes, a lot of that. And so, it's different than the the super match only type of format. I don't know. It's a tough one, man. It's like there's different. What I would say is there's different pressure on me.
I think there's different pressure on you.
Yeah, and so it's not. Yeah. The hard part is I can't fly under the radar and just be like, hey, I'm going to go do this. Everybody always has these expectations, and what are you going to do? And then if I go to a tournament and something doesn't go right or whatever, it turns into this huge deal where it doesn't need to be that. So it's kind of,
it's a weird one.
Yeah, it's a weird one. But I mean, I think, to answer your question, man, I think, we'll find out. We'll find out. I mean, I'm open to all of it for sure. And I think that path, I just have to be smart with the path, but the training has to come first. And, competing is a natural part of that progression. So we'll figure out where, but the Shaw Classic could be a really good stage for a lot of different things. I'm excited about that. I've got some pretty big ideas that might be possible there. So, if that can come through and we can put those pieces in place, it could be a really big deal for sure.
I'm excited. I'm really excited you're here. I see
your
passion.
Man. Yeah.
I just hope we're going to have more of these conversations coming.
Yeah, man. I love it. It'll be fun. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah.